Echo is too much.
So I am basically going to show you how you need to build some charts.
Mr.
Remember,
David,
yeah,
let me look and rejoin.
yeah, I can hear you. So I'll come back. But I don't know. I'm hearing a couple of background noise and a noise. I don't know if you'll be really attentive to what I'm going to be sharing today.
Definitely, definitely, I will.
All right. So let me share my trying to open coming up. So the one thing I did share with you in the recording for the last time we spoke was the fact that um, well, I shared something about VBA and macros. VBA meaning virtual basic in and macros. And I love macros because it helps to automate facts. It helps to automate a lot of things. So if you listen to the recording, you definitely uh, you definitely know so much more about how to automate certain things, especially if you are working in a particular place where you are told to do a couple of tasks over a large range of sheets. You could have sheet one, sheet two, sheet three, up to maybe 10 or 20. And if you don't know how to use macros, you may not be able to automate the fact. Like you have to do a certain action, participate in a certain action, or perform a certain action in sheet one, go to sheet two, do the same thing, go to sheet three, do the same thing over and over and over up to sheet. So it becomes really tiring. I remember as a data analyst, one of your key one of your key strengths is the fact that you should be able to do perform tasks. You should be able to perform tasks over and over again without you actually doing those tasks manually. So macros comes on board. Can you see my screen?
I can see, yes.
Yeah. So
Okay, while
this
I was watching the that one, I noticed that there were some file you've not shared with me, like this particular one, that macro, that VBA. I don't think you've shared those files with me.
I
I
shared
mean,
them with you. Check
uh,
your WhatsApp.
the
Yeah,
last one.
share
All
your
right, I'll
WhatsApp.
check. All right,
I shared these files with you. So
all
you
right.
can see we have week one here, we
Okay.
have week two, and we have week three.
Yeah,
Can you see the screen? So
I can see.
assuming we have up to 4 weeks, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you come here and we are editing things. We are putting all of these values in currency format. We go over here and we want to calculate for gross profit. We want to calculate for cost. We've done all of that, right? In sheet one. Then we change the font size. We change the font size. We change a couple of other things, right? And then we go to week two. We now have to start all over again and then do the same thing, change font size, calculate total payments, last payment, calculate the gross profit, go to sheet three, do the same thing, right? So if you have ever been in a position where you do this, you discover that sometimes it could be really tiring. Okay, so for you to stop doing these tasks, performing these tasks over and over again, that is where macros comes in. So with
Okay.
macros, you have a new developer tab. You can record your macro, and then you can open your macros and then your VBA, your Visual Basic Editor. So you can see these are the codes for that particular macros. And we are going to be talking about how to perform some of these codings today, especially when it comes to creating of charts. So the last time we talked about how you can automate so that once you come to week 1, you perform the task. When you come to week 2, all you need to do is open your macros and then you run. Once you click run, that thing you want to perform on the second sheet will automatically update. You go to sheet 3 and then you do the same thing. Okay, so that is what we treated the last time. And for today, I'm going to be doing this particular task. So we have procurement, we have finance, we have marketing, we have sales. So okay, this is read only, so I can't edit anything here. Let me assume that I want to copy this, open a new worksheet, and paste it there. And alternate HOI will now make everything to be aligned. Then I'll go back there. Let me see. So now I want to copy position. Sorry, I want to copy position and I want to copy company average. Copy.
Sorry, still where you can remove this black something that is showing who can see this transcript, so I can see it's blocking some something.
Which black thing?
Okay, when you look at where we have home, insert, layout, there's something black like a participant has enabled close opening. I think it's from your end. Is it from my end? Let me see. It's from your end.
It's from your end.
Okay. Yeah, it's from mine. Okay.
Yeah. So you paste this one, alternate HOI. All right. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is let's take these values again. Let's go to finance tab, marketing. Okay, finance. So we want to take position and then we want to take company average. Sorry. We want to take position and company average. Copy that and then we go to sheet number 3 and we paste alternate HOI and that's it. All right, so let's assume we put this in dollars. We go to sheet 2, do the same thing. Go to sheet 3. Is the class recording? Is it recording?
I can't see that, but yes, it's recording.
All right. So now there's something I want to explain about VBA. We are going to do, basically when we hear the VBA, we're actually looking at the fact that VBA helps us to have memory. It helps us to have memory of all types of, you need to have memory of all types of data types of variable. For instance, you have heard of the word a data type. Data type, you have heard of data type like bytes.
Yes.
Okay. You have heard of data types like integer.
Yes.
There's a one called long. Yeah. There's a one called Boolean. I want you to read this, write these things down so that you can read them.
Flow. I'm giving you. You're not doing mine. I'm sending you one. You're not doing mine.
Yeah. We
floats,
have
not floats.
Floats.
Yes.
Sorry. Floats.
Yes.
Then you have what else? We have a string.
String.
We have objects. We have dates. We have currency, right?
All these are data types.
Yeah, these are all data types. You have variants.
Okay.
These are the basic data types, right?
If I search on Okay.
Yeah. So
But they are more
basically,
than this.
all these data types, I don't know if they are more than these. These are the ones I know really. All these data types, they also have what is called
Okay.
range. They have what is called range. For instance, I'm
Okay,
going to give
range.
you just the range
All
of
right.
the byte. So the range of the byte is basically 0 to 255. Okay, so you can check for others. For
Okay.
dates, you already know integer is bigger than byte, long is bigger than double. So some of these are numbers and some of them are text. For instance, currency is a symbol. It's all about numbers. Date is all about numbers. An object could be something that you are going to insert. It could be a chart. All right.
Yes.
String is mostly text with double, and boolean is, so I need you to write these things down and then read
All right.
about them in there,
And make
because it is,
research on them.
yeah, make research, because it's very important to actually understand how these things work, especially when we are going to be talking about the coding structure.
Please, Ella, I quickly
Yeah.
step out. I quickly step out to somewhere that is a more quiet. Can I quickly get my writing material? Let me just step in and get it. So I will be back within a second.
All
Yeah.
right. Let me pause
All right.
the.
Thank you. Just hold on.
All right. So let's look at. We want to do certain things here. So I'm going to delete this, right? Hoping you've written all of them down.
Hold on. Oh, let me write. Okay. I've not written down, but I will see the record on record a bit. Or should I
All
write it
right.
down
Yeah.
now?
Yeah. You can check the recording.
Control
We need
set.
to.
Please control set. Let me just quickly write it. Or snap it down. All right. Thank you.
You could just take a snapshot of it.
Exactly. All right. Just take it. Don't worry. Continue.
Right. So.
I'm on the class now. Go ahead, please.
Right. So now, let me see if I can perform some magic around creating charts. For instance, let's go to our developer chart. We don't want to create a chart in sheet 1, go to sheet 2, and then begin to create another chart, go to sheet 3 and do the same thing. So we basically want to, automate the whole thing. And again, I'm not even going to be talking about automation until we go to the next line of code I'm going to be teaching you. What creating of chart does really for Microsoft Excel is that, have you ever been in a situation where you are told to chart you created and you're looking for a way to export the chart, you are looking for a way to put the chart in Microsoft Word, or you are looking for a way for the chart to appear on its own in a Microsoft Excel? Have you ever been in such situation?
Where I'm
Like
looking
you need
for.
you need to create a chart. For instance, I could simply create this chart, right? I could do this,
Okay. Okay. Yes.
go
By
here,
going
and then create a
insert.
column
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
chart, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Now the thing about this is that you are seeing this chart and you are also seeing this. Meanwhile,
Yes.
what I want to do right now is that I want to see only this chart in a new worksheet, appearing only as a chart. Only as a
Okay.
chart. I don't want to see all these column lines. I don't want to see all these things. I want to see it appearing only as this chart.
Okay.
And you cannot do that if you are not good with using macros, right?
CBA.
Yeah. So we need to now go to our developer tab, and then
Are you there? Your this thing is breaking.
we want to go to our VBA. Are you seeing my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
All right. And then the next thing I want to do is remember, if you look at our VBA project, our workbook 1, let me cancel this so that we know we have just one. Cancel this and cancel this. All right, so we have book number 1. You can see my cursor, and then let's go to our Visual Basic editor. You can see now VBA project now is book number 1. So they have shown you that we have sheet 1, we have sheet 2, and we have sheet 3. So we want to start working on sheet 1. So click on sheet 1 and you go insert. We want to insert a new module, like want to insert a new sheet on our code. We want to create something new. You want to create something that is going to affect sheet number 2. We want to now define our charts. For instance, if you had watched the recording, there are different ways for us to give a name to our charts. The same way we gave a name to our macros. For this particular chart, we want to give it a name, and we want to, at every point, this is the coding to give name. So you have sub create my chart.
Hello, Mr. David.
Yeah.
Is it possible I understand the what's it called, this part first? What I'm saying, because there was a time I was working with this macro. I don't know what happened. I got to touch something right now. It's not, the setting is no longer in accuracy. So I don't know. I'm trying to reset it. So maybe should I get familiarized with the what's it called, the interface first before? Is it possible? Can that be possible? Maybe I get understand, okay, how all of these things, like the icon that are visible to me right now, if anything of, if any of them got disappear, how do I get them back? I don't even understand what I'm trying to.
Well, the icons, they all come together with the VBA. The only icon that may disappear is the developer tab in your Excel, right? This developer tab, and that is for you to have this, right? If you need to go and undo it. So all of these work. The design mode, we may not have time to talk about that. But design mode simply means that you can actually, if I click on design mode right now, right, and then I click on insert, I want to insert something like a command button. So I click on this command button and drag it. Okay. Now I've clicked on the command button and drag it. You have used this before, right?
I've used it, but without the design mode. I don't know if it's.
Without
always
the design.
Yeah,
without the design mode. So if
I've used it one time
you
like that.
have this and you want to view the code of the sheet that you are trying to create will now appear right here for that design mode, in such a way that when you are done creating the code, you now run it. This is where you run it. This thing that looks like play. This is pause. This is stop. All right. So when you run it, you go back to the Excel sheet in such a way that if you click on it, if you click on this command button, the chart is going to now show. It's going to if you come here and then you play your macro, assuming you have recorded it. Once you play your macro, everything is going to appear in such a way that if you don't want the chart to show, all you need is to have this command button, so that when you click on it, the chart will show. You come to sheet 2, you click on command button, the chart will show. You can rename it to click or open chart or something. Just rename it. Right? So that is how it works for that, And then for this particular, let me undo this. So for this particular code, you already know that we need to run this is where we run code. When we are done creating, this is where we pause. Debugging simply means maybe if I make a mistake, for instance, let me do this. Let me just make a mistake and let me is end sub. Let me say dim at one comma as that right.
As long as you don't use as
Yeah.
long.
So you can see that it's showing. Okay, this one is not showing debug.
Error.
So let me now click on. Let me see something. Right. So if you are having a problem with your code, all you need to do is go to your debug tab. When you click on it, this VBA is going to show you the problem with your code. It's going to take you step by step to show you the problem with your code. Okay. So right now we have my code here. This very one is error. It's going to show you some error, and then that's it.
Yeah. Normally, end of the month, end of the month to the new month, like 2020.
Okay. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
I'm trying to. You said that the dog will help you to discover what mistake you have made and
Yes,
to step
most
by
of the
step.
if yeah, exactly. So if you have a line of code telling you it's for VBA, it's going to get underlined, like you have a red kind of
Telling you what?
font. You have a red kind of font like what just appeared now. And if
Okay.
you have that red type of font, what it means is that you are going to debug. Debug means you are going to be shown the problem with that code. It's like removing a bug from your bed. Again, file menu, you have to save. All of these things are not really the more you work on this,
Are you
the
okay?
more you understand how they appear. So if you want to go back to your Microsoft Excel sheet, simply press alternate F11, which is here. The properties window, all of these things are here to guide you. The insert menu, we've already inserted a module. If you want to insert a class module, you can play around that to see how it works.
What's that? What is this class menu?
Uh,
Module.
class module. Let me click on it.
Okay, is
It's
this okay, is this
it's
interface?
yeah. It's simply this. It's simply the same thing, only
Is the
that
interface?
yeah. Remember
Okay,
in
because
Microsoft Excel. Remember in
is it
Microsoft
possible that
Excel.
it's
Is it possible? What?
okay? I was thinking, okay, so just listening. I don't know how to because you're not looking, you're not seeing my screen. I'm the one seeing your screen. So my own, what happens is that this project, VBA project, the what is it called? The platform, the icon is gone. The second, you have one, step two before you now have this big one that you can put inside. Sure, you understand? So I
Uh,
don't know. It's scattered. Like I'm trying to rearrange to be able to arrive at this point where I have this interface for coding and where we have all these project VB standing on its right place and the module standing on its right place. That's very
can you share your screen? Let me see what you mean.
so while
Huh?
that system has okay. How do I do about it?
Just click on new share where you have, if you can see my
But I'm not with that
cursor.
computer. I'm with another laptop. That laptop, I don't know. The volume is not working. That one is my own. This one is official laptop. The one I'm using is official laptop. But let me see if okay. Let me see. Let me do that. All right. So I should click on new words.
Share screen. Click on
Okay,
share
share
screen
screen.
just below
All
you
right.
see it.
Okay, I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it. Yeah. Okay, so I've clicked on share. Should I click on the screen?
When you click on share screen, you are going to see entire screen. Click on it and then click share just down there.
There are so many things that comes up. I don't know. I
When you
saw
click
all
when you
my
click
work.
on when you click on share screen, you would see
Okay,
entire.
I've
Yeah,
done that. Okay. Are you seeing mine?
yeah, I can see yours.
Can you see my screen?
I can see
Okay, so
your
let me go
screen.
back,
So
go to my Microsoft Word. All right, let me go to, okay. So is there where I can minimize
go to your
this
developer
one?
tab.
Can I minimize this? Are you looking at my icon? Can I minimize this?
Go to your developer tab. You want to show me your VBA, right?
Yes, but this black thing is covering. Yes, okay, yeah, it has moved. My developer, okay. So I'm there now.
Yeah.
But why is this thing is screen? Okay, so why is this coming up always? Is it why I can move it? This black thing. Okay, I'll remove it.
You can
This
drag
is
it
really
now.
disturbing.
Yeah. So
I'll click on it, but you say a
developer,
lot of things are not active.
okay, they are not active, right?
But I think it's on this system, but my own personal system is active. Only that is active, but here it's not active.
Okay, if it's not
See, everything
active,
is
do you
not active.
have, you can now press alternate F12, alternate F12 on your laptop,
On
and
my
that will,
okay, on my keyboard. Okay.
on your keyboard,
Alternate
alternate
F12.
F12.
All right.
Yeah.
F12. I'll press it. Alternate F12.
The VBA dashboard is supposed to come up. You know what? Go to sheet number 2, where there is no data
Okay, sheet
set.
number 2. Nothing inside. All right, all right. Okay, let me just open a new one.
Then open
Okay,
the
this one.
developer tab. Go to developer
Okay,
tab.
it's active. It's active.
Now, all right. Do
So,
you know why the other
uh,
one was not active?
I have stuff on it.
What?
Is that the reason?
Do you know
Is it
why it
because I have
wasn't active?
something on it?
No, it wasn't
Typed.
because you had something on it. You had a data set that was not in congruence with Microsoft Excel. You
Acceptable.
probably,
Okay.
yeah, you probably
Okay.
did that thing from another sheet and copied it and pasted it on Microsoft Excel. So Microsoft would
No,
not
no,
on
no.
but did you do,
I did it on
go
this.
back,
No, no, no. It
go
was
back to
sit
go
here.
back to it.
I did it. Okay, I'm on it again. I'm going back to it. I did it on the Excel. See now. Everything I do here is was on the Excel. See. Maybe because I have everything I do here was on this Excel. I did it here.
Okay, so what do you think happened? Did you put it on a table?
Yes, I put it on the table.
Okay. Can you remove it on a table? Let's see.
Of course, I can. Design. I've had to wrench. Okay. Should I go
Go
back
to
to
your
developer now?
developer.
It's active. Yeah.
All right.
I think the
So you
table
can
was the
see the
reason.
problem. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Because
should
with
I
the
continue?
table, yeah, with the table, you don't. So click on macros, or sorry, click on Visual Basic.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So
you can see all of them are there, right?
on the other computer, I'm telling you, this is my official laptop, my own personal laptop. This is where I had the issue. But even this one, You see, the interface is not showing, the white interface is not showing that where I need to
Correct.
do the coding is not
It's not showing.
showing.
That's because you've not created a module. You need to now click on the sheet you want to work with. If it is sheet 1, if it is where you have that table you just remove, which is sheet 2, you click on sheet 2. So click on sheet 2. Let's see.
Sheet 2.
Click
Okay.
on sheet 2. Just yeah. Then
All right.
go to insert menu. Good. You
Okay.
haven't inserted a module. Go to cancel this.
All right. We go to
Click on
insert.
sheet 2 and
Okay.
go and click on insert module.
Okay. Insert modules. Okay. Should I do that?
Yes, click.
Okay.
So that is it. This is where you do your coding.
Coding. Okay. But in a situation
So
where,
for
continue.
instance, you want to put a graph or a chart on that particular worksheet. That is what I
Okay.
want to teach you now.
All right. All right. All right. So
What's your question?
should I stop sharing so you can continue?
Yeah.
Should I stop sharing? Okay. What I wanted to say was in the other one, I don't know what, I think I did something and now this was, I closed this, I closed this, I closed this, I closed. So by the time I was opening the next time, all this was not longer available. And
It
so I
will be
was now,
available. All you need to do is go to your view menu and go to open the view menu. You can see it's
uh-huh,
telling you object browser, immediate window, local window, watch window, project explorer.
yes,
So when you want to
yeah.
close any of that, you need to come to your view menu and choose if
Should
I
I
let
close all
me
of them?
close all of them. Let's see.
So I go to view,
Uh-huh.
object, browser, or should I go
I
object?
want you to get it yourself. Click on object, click on each of them, and then you get to know which of them works.
Yes, to see what is showing here.
Now go to VBA projects.
On this, okay, VBA project. Okay. Module 1, sheet 1, 2, 3. Which one should I click on? Sheet 2
We're looking at sheet 2, yes.
or this workbook?
Anyone.
All right. So see what is showing. What next?
Click on activate. Let's see.
I've clicked on it.
Your screen is so tiny. Give me a minute.
All right. I know I had to go through YouTube to be able to do this. So on YouTube, I saw this too. They said go on that. Was it under tools? I've forgotten what. Okay, it was under. It was under the field or Windows.
Press F7 on your
Okay,
laptop.
F7. Okay, that's it.
What? Have you done?
This, yes, this F7. It brought out this.
Yeah. It will now bring out the module. Okay. So
Yes.
the next thing you would want to see is let me see. F7 will bring out the code. The immediate window Control G will do that for you. Control
G.
G. Yes, we'll do that for you. If you want to, are you there? Are you there?
I'm coming, please. I'm here to block now. Hello?
Yeah, with you.
Hello? I don't know what happened. I think you
Anyway,
start sharing.
let me just, I know I didn't start sharing. Let me just continue the.
But how do I
Okay?
get back? I've already closed everything. How do I get back those things? Because now that I've closed on this laptop, it's going to be the same thing like that continuously.
Close the window, and then go back to your VBA on Excel, open it, and then those things should be back. If they are not back, you follow the process I shared with you. You can open the code F11, I think. What?
It's still showing the same thing. It's not, nothing is back. Nothing is back. Was it F6, F7 you have me to press? F7, but even if I press F7, it shows, but the other stuff that needs to show the workbook is not there.
Oh, God.
Wow. The same thing that happened in my other laptop is exactly what I was studying. Exactly. How getting back this thing is very, why is it so difficult getting them back? And without that, I can't work.
Have you explored all the things I asked you to explore on the View tab?
I can't just be pressing everything. What if I press something and keep pressing and press the wrong thing that will actually cause a whole
There's
lot of
nothing like wrong thing. You need to explore the views. You
And
need
that's
to
why you're here
explore them.
to tell me what to do now, because it's really hard for me. I've been having that issue since in the other laptop. So I was thinking maybe you could put me through on this particular one, so I'll be able to, reset the other one. But the one you
Okay,
asked me
wait a
to do,
minute.
I've done it. It's still not breaking them. All right.
Give me a minute.
All right. Can you still see my screen?
No, I can't.
Because I touch property windows and it displays something, but the display is not compared to what we were using before. It's not giving me that display, that accuracy. Man, this is not fair.
All right. So the first thing, if you want to look at your property window, okay, go to Control. I just did it now and it worked on mine.
Okay. You should go to what?
Let me cancel this and share my screen and show you.
All right. All right.
Can you see my screen?
No, I'm not seeing your screen. Wait, let me go back to. I'm not seeing your screen.
Wait, let me stop sharing.
Should I stop sharing? Okay.
Wait, stop sharing.
Okay.
If you have been sharing, stop sharing.
Okay,
Can you see
I'm
my
seeing,
screen now?
I'm seeing, but it's the black one I'm seeing. Okay, I'm seeing your screen now.
Okay, so this is my Visual Basic, right? Can you see it's
Okay.
empty? There's nothing here.
Yes. Yes.
All right, so I'm going to go to the view menu. I'm going to open the project explorer, and it's going to bring out all
Explorer.
of that thing. Then I'm going to go back, and because I want to see the properties of my window, I open properties window, and then I'll see the second thing there. Okay, and then let's say I'm going to uh, drag this down. Or maybe I want to cancel this. So do that, and let's see if it will work on yours.
No, I click on the property, no doubt, and it showed this as well. But you know, it's not the
Uh,
arranged, it's not arranging. So I don't know. And if it's not
no,
arranging, I don't know.
what about the project explorer? Did you click on it? Because that is the key thing here.
I click on project, this view and property, project explorer.
I don't know. I don't know what else to say. If it's not working on yours, you have to
But
find out. I don't know.
it's the same thing that is showing here now. But now that you have this, but it's not arranged. And if it's not arranged, how then will you be able to see which one you're clicking on? Because you know this one have it, the former one has up and down. It
What
has
is not
up.
arranged? Most of the things you see there is basically people putting it, a computer putting it. You can decide to remove them. This is the most important thing here. For
Okay.
sheet one, you want to click on your module, and then the code will come out. This is the most
Okay.
important thing. Every
Okay.
other thing is it's just you want to see your project, right? That is
Okay.
what you want to see, and that is what will take you right here.
Please say I will go to view and click on project.
Go
What?
to view and then click
Mhm.
on project explorer. Control
Explorer.
R will bring out your project in itself.
All
So
right.
that's it basically.
All right.
So now we want to continue our coding.
Yes, please.
Remember, remember we want to define our chart. We want to create my chart, which is the name of our new code. You can see the name is here, create my charts. Can you see?
Okay.
Create my chart. So you can call it create my book or create my whatever it is you want to call it. And then the next thing
Mm.
is we want to declare the chart variable. Remember when we were talking about different types of variable for
Mm.
to in Microsoft VBA, how to declare or define things is simply to use the if you treated as okay, I don't know,
I've
you've
not
not
yet.
treated SQL Server. Okay, you've not treated SQL Server. So,
Nope, nope.
but in Python, you would have something like all those. In SQL Server, you have where these put as in import matplotlib as import
Yes,
pandas,
yes,
import this, import that, import that.
yes,
So you
yes,
have all of that in Python, right? And then
yeah.
for VBA, what we are using most of the time is team, which is defined team chart. Team chart one, we want to define chart one as chart. So you look for charts here, then you click chart. Okay, you enter. And the next thing is that we want to set the chart. We want to add a chart on that particular worksheet. Okay, so we call it set chart one equals to, this is the code for it. You have chart dot add, or you want to add a chart. Okay, want to
Okay.
add a chart in a new sheet. And then we want to now define our data source. And to define our data source, we have again chart one, because we're looking at chart one. We want to set data source, or you can see it here, set source data. And what is our source data? Our source data is that worksheet that we are working on. You can see it's actually telling us set data source or set source data, source as range, and then
Such,
plot by.
wait,
Okay?
this automatically um comes because you already saved the workbook, isn't it?
whether you save the workbook or not, you are going to be calling out this source data. Let me open this big. Make this big.
Source data.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the formula for it, right? Source data,
Okay.
bracket open, source as
Source
range,
as
comma, and
range.
then
Plot
plot,
by.
plot by, right? So we're
Okay.
going to put our source. What is our source? Remember, for Microsoft VBA, you need to put double quotes for cases like this before you put your equals to. And then what is our source? Our source is actually the worksheet. And what is the name of the worksheet? The worksheet, we have not named it, so we are going to call it worksheet. So that's why they are asking us. So sorry, they are telling us object. Remember,
Default.
in VBA, object is actually anything that you are going to put inside. A chart on its own sheet is called a chart object. A chart that is embedded on a worksheet is called a chart object object. Then chart sheets are actually a member of a workbook's charts collection. So each
Come
of the
again.
charts,
Start book.
yeah, I said a chart on its own chart sheet is called a chart object, like you
Okay.
see here.
Okay.
Now, a chart that is embedded on a worksheet is called a chart object object.
Okay.
All right. Meanwhile, we have what is called chart sheets. And you must know that all of the chart sheets, they are all a member of a charts workbook or a charts collection. So therefore, we have something like to say that objects embedded on a worksheet is a member of a worksheet charts object collection. Anyway, these things are basically, the more I'm going to talk about them, the more you understand.
I get used to it.
So
Yeah.
So now we have a worksheet. And what is our worksheet? Our worksheet is simply the sheet we are working on, which is this one, sheet one. Okay.
Okay.
So we are going to call it, we are going to call it sheet number one. We
Is it
close it
possible you give,
later.
sorry, please, while I'm working on the sheet one, sheet two, if I give it a name on my own, would the name appear?
Aha, exactly. If you give it a name,
Okay.
maybe buyer sheet, you now
Okay.
come here and put buyer sheet instead of sheet
Okay.
one.
All right. Okay.
Then remember, every sheet have a range. Okay, so our range beginning from A1, and what do I mean by A1? Because that is where the sheet appeared. Let's go back to our Microsoft
Excel.
Excel. So you can see this is A, right? This is
Okay.
A1.
Yes.
This is where everything appeared from. So if you copied this, if you copied all of this, I don't want to, okay, let me say, if you copied all of this, cut,
Mm.
and then paste it here. Now, if you come here, sorry, if you come here, you have to change that range to A1. You have to put what? Click A8.
Eight.
Can you see?
A8. Okay. Instead of A1,
A8.
I'll put A8.
Exactly. To
Okay.
tell VBA that that is the range,
Where
that
it's
is where you
located.
started. Yeah, that is where
Okay.
that chart begins.
Okay.
So so we put A1, and then because we don't know we don't want to go back and highlight all the cells in that particular range. For instance, instead of coming here to let me see, instead of coming here to highlight all of this, which is like from A1 is to B6. So this is what you would do. This is how it's supposed to appear. A1 is to B6. Okay.
Mm.
That is from here to here.
So you're mapping
A1
the
is to
map. You're
B6.
mapping it.
Yeah. So instead of doing this manually, this is I don't like doing this manually. A1 is to some persons who want to insert that manually. So but instead of doing that manually, I'm going to now tell Excel, you know what? I want the current region from A1. Everything, any data you see on the current region, that is what I want.
Okay,
Okay,
so
so
by
I'm going
himself,
to call
it will
it
know where to stop.
exactly. So
Okay,
we
correct.
have current region. Remember our formula, source as range, and then comma, and then you have your what? Your plot
Plot
by.
by. Are you
So we
putting that
put
one or
our,
it's coming back?
yeah, we need to put it. Remember, this is Excel. You need to now put plot by. All right. And then what
Okay.
is our plot by? We want to plot it by equals to Excel columns because we have columns.
So
We want
the
to
formula
plot
for
it by
Excel is
columns.
X1.
Yes, XL, L.
XL. Okay, I thought it's X1. All right, XL.
Mm. So we have these columns, right? We're plotting it by the columns. If you
Okay.
want to plot by the rows, you now put Excel rows. But you know
Okay,
that
so
we are working with columns.
okay, column 1
Are
and
you
column 2.
following? Yeah,
Yes,
column one
column.
and two.
Okay.
So now we have Excel columns. Okay. We are now going to define our charts. We are now going to define our chart type. We want to choose what type of chart do we want to insert. So we want to tell Excel, remember our chart 1, comma. So now we have our chart type. You have to now come here
Bar
and now
chart.
click on
Okay.
chart type.
Okay, chart type.
Chart type equals to XL. What do we, you can see they are showing you, do you want
Yes.
it 3D area? You want area stack,
Start
you
up.
want it 3D bar
Oh, sorry. What is the
cluster.
meaning of this stock? What is the meaning of this stack? I've seen it in the what's it called? Python.
Stack, this is the name of a chart now, a stacked
Okay.
chart. If you go to your Microsoft Excel,
Mm.
go to your insert menu, you open this. Okay, it's not a stacked, this thing is not here.
It's not here.
Let me see.
Mm.
Can you see this stack
Okay,
column?
stack column. Okay.
So
Okay.
it means that you are actually going to be plotting a column with all of these things on I don't know. Let me
On
click
top
on
that,
it.
okay, each of them, they will be
Let
on
me
top of
let
each
me
other.
yeah, let me click on it so you see how it looks like. A stack column, how it looks like. This is it,
No,
right?
I know. It's like it will come in twos.
That is a that is a stack column. It can't come in
Okay.
two because there are no second value here.
Okay.
If there was a
Okay.
second value, like maybe you have salary, maybe you have
Uh,
date of birth or something, then you will now
it will
have
come.
this stacked on top of it, right?
And it will be, yeah, it will be another color. Okay, I know. I will
Yeah.
recall.
So that is a stacked, but we don't want to use a stack column, right?
Okay.
So let's say Excel, we want to use column clustered.
Sorry, that the pump up, is it anything you can press for it to come up or it come out automatically on its own?
Anything you can press now.
Are you hearing me? Hello, yeah.
Yeah.
You get my question.
If
Okay, so
you
okay,
But once you
this
start, when once you
type.
start coding, it will just bring up options for you.
Okay.
But once you start coding, it will bring up these options for you. So you
But in
can
case
either
you
choose them
okay, in case you don't see
or
it, is there anything you can do to bring it up if peradventure you're doing and it's not coming up?
well, I don't know about that.
Okay, I'll research
You
on that.
just
I'll research on that.
yeah, research, that's good. I just do my thing. So
Okay.
when you are done, I think we are done with this. What we have done, let me explain. We have defined our chart name by calling it create my chart. We have actually declared our chart variable by saying we want to see our chart 1 as chart. We want to set our chart 1, we want to add a chart to it. And then we actually define our source data by putting our worksheet, which is sheet 1, our range, our current region, and plot it by
Hi.
columns.
Okay.
Okay. And then after that, we are asking the next
Chart
thing is
type,
our chart type, which is Excel
column
column
cluster.
cluster. And when you are done with that, you now run your code. Can you see? Click on it.
Yes.
All right,
There's
good.
error.
Now you can now see the error that is showing, and you have to click on the box to find out what that error is. So this is the error.
So why the
Uh,
error?
let me see.
I think the comma you put in somewhere. I noticed the comma. I wanted to say the comma before the plot by. Are you sure it's supposed to be comma?
Yeah, it's supposed to be there. I'm trying to. You have to now watch out for the. You have to now watch out for the. Let me see if I can adjust a few things, and I hope it works. Plot by Excel. Hello. Okay, unexpected. Uh,
Set data source. I think that is too much to be one word. Set source, data source.
uh,
Set source.
well,
Can you see? It's a long word. Together you had them.
normally, so you see, after you set the source as range, there is a comma before plot by. So I don't know why. Let's see.
I wish it can be telling you what is the problem. Just like Python. Python will show you a place, it will tell you in line one, this.
Okay, it's telling me that my script is out of range. Okay, I know what the problem is. Um,
Go back to my pocket. Oh, it's out of range.
you know what? Let me save this. I think what happened was that I shouldn't have removed I shouldn't have done that cut and paste, because when I cut the table out to another place, it did not see the range as it was. So
Okay.
went to, yeah, macros charts. Uh,
Say it's a mistake. Put the mistake so that you know that one is a mistake. So you remember.
sorry, I need to save this. So now you need to save your work as an Excel macro enabled workbook
All right.
before it will
I
work.
said you should put a mistake. Since this one is a mistake, so you remember that there was a mistake somewhere. You don't want
let me go back to my code.
the
Still
A1.
going to show me that. So let me go to sheet 1. I want to insert another module. So create my chart, bracket open close, set chart
So like you
on.
create my chart, it will just automatically put it in the as a title.
Yes.
Okay.
add want to add check chat one set source data, and we have source, and then we have worksheets. We call these worksheets sheet one, range. We want to have our A1 because it's still there. A1. I made our current region. Plot by Excel columns. I want to, okay, it's a good space there.
Why is it giving you this error?
I don't know why.
Let's continue.
That one, chat 5. Yeah, extra from cluster. And so it's not going to run because of that syntax error. Oh, God. See that there's something wrong with my uh, it actually created the chart you can see, but it's not showing
Not,
anything.
yeah, it's not saying anything.
So somehow let me uh, let me start all over again. Let me see if I can change.
Why is it taking so much time?
Okay. It actually ran.
Okay.
I don't know why it gave this issue. Yeah, it ran. There's no error now. So let's see if the chart appeared. All right, perfect.
So what was the issue? Why was he giving that issue for almost close to
Well,
7?
this is why people pay me big money now, because you need to sit down to figure it out. The code was correct. So let's look at it again and see if there's something we missed. Right? We didn't miss anything. So I think what actually affected this code was the fact that we went back to our workbook to change the range. And by the time we came back, it was now showing consistent error. So one of the things I did to correct that error now was to save my workbook, delete previous charts, and come back, close my project here on VBA, and then come back to keeps trying. Basically, that's it, because the code here is right. We need to define our chart as chart, set the chart one as chart, add type to it, and then set our data source. And we have sheet one, range, current region, plot by X, and so on. Chart type, column clustered. So I think, yeah, it worked, really. This one also worked. So assuming we want to change it to, let's say, pie chart, all you need to do is come here and remove this and put a pie, okay? And then you run. Okay, well, once you run that, go back to our chart. You can see now it's a pie chart, okay? And you come here, this one is now a bar chart. So you can edit the bar chart. Now, what's the difference between this chart appearing here separately and when you have it on Microsoft Excel?
It's
Like
not alone.
what?
Automatically, this can be used for presentation without the
Exact,
necessary.
exactly,
But I do know I've
exactly.
actually done something like this unknowingly, but not using the VBA. I did not use the VBA. I don't know what
Well,
happened. I was
you know
working with
why
Microsoft.
this is very important, because if you are doing it any other way, you can actually someone can mess you
Delete
up,
it.
or yeah,
Delete it.
somehow. But this
But
one you can't edit it. Can you see?
uh,
You
you that one
can't
did a good
come here to
can
say
you
you
see?
want to do
But I think
anything.
it has its disadvantage. How do you remove this this line on it? Because sometimes you don't want to see the line. You just want the thing to be normal plain.
Well, you can edit it now. You can see all the things you can do to the chart here, right? You can change this color. You can
But
still work on it.
okay. But
Yeah,
in
you can still
normal,
work on it.
but is there anywhere? Okay, you can. I think
You
you need
can
to
still
go back
work
to
on
the.
it.
You can still go back to.
You can remove the grid lines
Okay. It's
like
true.
I just did
Good,
now,
good
right?
line. Yeah.
Yeah, you can put it back, or you
Okay.
can let's say you want to see the minor ones, right? You can still
Okay.
do those
How
things.
about changing colors?
That's what I'm saying. I just showed you. These are colors you can change. You
What
can
you
change this
one
colors.
manual color, manual. I know that one. I don't want this. I want manual color. There's some people want to use each of them should have their unique color, not the same color, the same. We want to change. Maybe I mean the smallest one was for, let's say the small one was for renewal, the bigger one was for cells, the third one was for depths, and the rest of it. So you want to have give different colors to each of them so that someone looking at it will say, okay, this red is for depths, why the blue one is for cells, and the last one, something like that.
I'm sure you know how to do that already.
Yeah, but I'm thinking, is there any way you can work on that VBA? Can it work? Mister?
Uh, I'm sure you're asking because you know how to do it. I don't want to waste my time.
No, okay.
You
Yeah,
can do those
okay.
things. VBA actually helps you to put this chart the way it's appearing right now.
Okay. There's nothing more you can do. All
Uh,
right. Okay. It's
so
okay.
you can edit the chart color the way you want and the way you know how to do it using
Yeah.
conditional formatting or whatever you want to do with it.
Yes,
But
sir.
there is another thing I want to show you one last thing before let's say we want to put these charts not differently, but we want to put them on the body of on this particular sheet. Okay, we want to embed the chart on the worksheet. So
That
how
very
do
one
we
that
go
we,
about?
that very one
Huh?
that we, you mean the very one that we use VBA for? Okay, this one.
Yeah, assuming you want to, instead of putting this chart separately, you want to put it on the
I
body
will
of this.
cut and paste or copy and I think that's the word.
Well. Instead of doing that, copy and paste.
Equal to, you use formula for it.
Equals to what?
You import it.
Okay. You know, the thing about importing is, for instance, if you go to sheet 2 right now, okay, and then you want to play your macros. Normally, this is position and salary. You want to create position and company average. And then you want to create position and let me put amounts generated.
Esther, Esther,
Let me
are you okay?
put something like gross
What happened?
profits.
Like,
Okay.
oh,
So
sorry.
I'm going to go back to our developer, going to go back to Visual Basic, and we want to create, let's go to sheet number 1. We want to add another module. Okay. And this time around, we want to embed the chart in a worksheet. And for us to do that, we want to name it. Remember, I want to name this as embed chart. Okay, package open and close, you enter. And then the next thing we want to do is define our chart. Remember the same thing, we also define our chart as charts. Okay, as charts, you can see it there. And when we do that, we want to call chart short form as chart object. Remember, we talked about chart object, which is an object. What do I say chart object is? A chart
An
on its
object,
own chart sheet is called a chart object.
objects. Yes.
So now the next thing is we want to look at which range, which worksheet, which worksheet. So we want to define that. So you know what? I want you to call the range, call range chart as range chart as range, and then the destination sheet, I want you to call it a string. The dim range chart as range, the destination sheet as string, and we want to now place our chart on the active worksheet. Remember, this is our active worksheet, which is sheet number 1. Okay, we want to tell the code. Are you still with me?
I'm still with you, sir.
We want to place this chart on this particular worksheet. So we want to make this worksheet to be an active worksheet. And to do that, we want to define our range chart as range, like RNG chart as range. Want to look at our destination sheet as string. Okay. When you read up about the meaning of string, you know why we're using string. And then we want to look at our destination.
The same thing as the one we use on the Python. I know what it means, string mean in Python. What is it? The same thing?
Yes, it's similar.
Okay.
Destination sheets, we want it to be equal to the active sheet. Remember when I say we want it to be equal to the active sheet dot name. Okay. And then after that, we want to again set our chart. Remember the last time when we were looking at adding a chart. How do we do that? We set our chart by simply adding a chart to it,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Then after that, we want to look at the location. What is the location that we want to set this chart in?
Chart.
Because we are looking at our set my chart, and we say my chart dot location.
Okay.
And then we want to define where is the location. You can see they're asking you where as XL chart location, comma, name as chart.
As chart, yeah.
All right. So
yes.
we now have to put where remember equals to location as object. We are not looking at the location as a new sheet, or we want the location as object. And when you have that, they are telling you, if you can look at the formula, you have to put your comma, and then you have to put your name. And with name equals to destination sheet. And you close your bracket. Okay. And hit enter. Right? Yeah. And then after that, don't forget we have to define our data source. And we have my chart dot set source data, which is right here. And then again, don't forget you have to put your source, and then you put your range. Okay, and what is our range? Don't forget our range is still A1.
A1.
Right? And then don't forget we are looking at
current region. I remember.
You get sense. Plot by, and then you have equals to XL columns. You already know this side, right?
Yes, yes.
Then don't forget we need to now add our what? Chart type. And we are looking at what? My chart.
My chart.
Or chart
type.
Equals to XL. Let's use we're still using our column clustered. You can choose any of these.
Can we try other one? Column cluster. Instead of the one going horizontal, or can we use the vertical one?
Okay, let me use bar clustered. Okay, I'll choose something else. And then now the next thing we want to do is you want to select the chart to perform actions on it. Want to select a chart to perform actions on it. So we definitely say something like our active sheet. We have to call our active sheet dot the chart object. And then we have to put 1 because it is our first object that we want to insert, and then we need to activate it. Okay. That's how we set the chart to perform certain actions on it. And then the next thing is we want to set the chart as parent. We say set chart equals to active chart dot parent. Need to call in the parent.
Why?
These are all codes you need to.
Why parent?
It has to be parent because that chart, there are no multiple charts. It's just a single chart that we need to call in. And with that one, if you listen to the previous recording, when you record a macro, you actually allow the macro to automate itself in the next chart, in the next sheet rather. So when you go to sheet number 2, instead of creating another chart, all you need to do is to run the macro, and a new chart based on that new worksheet in sheet 2 is going to be created. So basically, that is what we are telling this VBA now, that we want to set the chart as an active chart parent so that every other chart follows suit. And then we want to specify where the chart will go. This is very, very important. And let's say we want to set the range chart. What is it? Want to the range chart? We want to put it as this range. Let's go to our. They are looking for cell 1, cell 2 as range. So let's say we want to insert this chart G, where we have G8. We want to insert it from G8 to
And
N22. Okay, G8 to N22. That is where we want to put it. So we want to call it G8 is to
N22.
N22. Then we'll close it. Okay. And then what is our, we want to put it to the left. Want to put our chart to the left, and to do that we need to call our range chart dot left. This is the formula for it. And to put our chart to the top, we need to call it a ring chart dot top. Okay.
That's the position shape.
Yeah, the position. Right. Exactly. Dot top. And then we want to look at the width. Okay, the width of the chart. We call it range top dot what dot width.
Width.
What else is left?
Color. Let's try if it can work with color.
Okay, I'm not supposed to put full stop there, right? So let's say.
How do you know that? How do you know it's the full stop?
I know because looking at the previous code, there is no full stop.
So if I don't know, what do I do?
You will definitely know because the debugging tool is going to show. Let me show you now. You click in, it's going to show, right? You click on OK, and you are going to have to look at that code and ask yourself what is missing or what is not supposed to be there. So when I looked at it, I said, oh, the full stop, and then I have to remove it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then we have to look at the height because it's very important. The height equals to range chart dot height. Because if you look at the chart, we have the left, we have the top, we have the width, and then we have the right. And then let's not forget, we now have to tell VBA that, look, this range, we're saying simply anything that is in A1 or A2 or A3. But in this case, I just want to put A2. All right, this is A2. Because I don't want, I want Excel to actually know that I'm from A1 to A2. I can put A3 or A6 if I want, so that he to just know that anytime I click on A2, I want you to show me the chart if it is gone. Anytime I click on A3, if you put A3, meaning you want it to know that you are looking at that range.
I don't get it, sincerely. I'm lost here.
Huh?
This particular, what you just said now, I don't understand. Can you just take it again? So
okay, so now we want to set our parameters. That is what we are doing. Okay. To set our parameters, we need to deselect a cell by selecting a particular cell. For instance, if you tell, if you do this and click here, it has automatically deselected that whole cell. For instance, if I copy this, right, and then I click inside, it is not deselecting anything.
Yeah.
Can you see?
Yes.
You have to click on escape. So I'm telling Excel, you know what, this range that we are talking about, anytime I click on A2 inside the cell, I want you to deselect everything.
Active. All right.
All right. That is what I'm simply doing. So that is what I just did by setting the parameters to put A2, and then I select it. Okay, I need to select, and then that is it. So let's run this code and see if it will work. Let's go back to our. All right, perfect. So you can see it works, right? We place it exactly at G8, and then where did we end?
N22.
N22.
But in the first one we did, how did you come about where it was not having any, it was not inside the worksheet, it was on its own? He said,
Yeah.
also, you use code for that, Shay?
No, it has to be on its own because we did not use a code to embed the chart on the worksheet.
Okay, okay. So
So
whenever we
now,
don't use a code
okay,
to embed, whenever we don't use a code to embed, automatically
it's
it will be
going,
on its own.
yeah, it will be
All
on
right.
its own. So now the good thing about this particular embedding this code is that when you go to sheet 2, all right, and then you go to macros, and then you choose your macro name, which is embed chart, and then you click on run. Do you see what happened?
You can't see
It
it.
has, do you see?
What did you?
It
Oh,
automatically created
change
another,
everything.
yeah, it
Wow.
automatically created a code for the company average. So you go to sheet 3, okay, and then you go to macros, you click on the embed chart, you want to run this code, and then you click on run. What happened?
Automatically
Automatically
by itself.
created a gross profit
Using the
code.
first coding one to give you all of this.
Exactly, exactly. But
But
again,
it
this is too
lost in, yeah.
yeah, it's not looking nice. So you can
Yeah.
choose to, let's say you want to put new values, right? To make
Okay,
the
okay.
chart look interesting, you want to put
Okay.
new values because it seems
Oh,
all the values are the same.
same, yeah.
Yeah, we just choose new values and you can see it automatically updates in the chart. Can you see
Okay.
that?
Yes.
Automatically updates in the chart.
Okay, so if I want to see, if I want to make sheet 3 differentiate from sheet 1 by having a different VBA for it, like I don't want to, okay, I've already used the first VBA to achieve this, but now I want to use, I don't want them to be the same. I want to separate it in such a way that if I want to edit anything on the VBA, it can only applicable to only sheet 3. Can you understand me?
If you want to edit anything and it's
Yes,
applicable to only
to
sheet
only
3,
sheet 3, exactly, not affecting the other ones. And I don't want to go through this route of you coming to where you're working here. I want to go through the VBA. Is it possible?
yeah, just go to Visual Basic. All right. When you go to Visual Basic, choose your
Okay,
sheet 3.
sheet 3, okay,
All right.
okay,
And then
okay.
when you have your sheet 3, insert a new model. You could copy the code you got from
Exactly,
module
hey,
1,
that's what I wanted to do.
right?
Copy it and
Right.
paste, and then make some edit. Okay, all right,
Exactly. Copy the
all right,
code and then make some edits and then run that code and you
okay.
are good
And
to
to
go.
be on its own, it will be on its own. All
Exactly.
right, okay, that's it. Thank you.
So I think I'll just end the section today, except you have your new question.
No, but definitely I'm gonna have questions because I want to try some certain things when I'm done. So definitely I will have questions.
All right, all right. So use Excel. There's VBA and macros. This is not exhaustive. There are really tons and tons of things. You know, in
I
fact,
know
people.
because even this one I'm this one we are doing today. The one I was trying on my own is very typical deep than what we are doing now. That one has to do with the CRM. That is customer
Customer
relation.
relationship management.
Exactly. That was what I was trying to
Okay.
achieve. And I was trying to
Oh,
achieve this so that we can automate it in my company where they can use it for, something. So that was what I was trying to achieve that. So it was deeper. And, but with this, I think I can, because that one I was just using, I wasn't really having the depth understanding. So that's why basic is very fundamental because now I have the basic knowledge. It's easy for me to, you know,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
diversify that makes some reality. Okay, exactly.
All right. It's been an interesting journey.
Okay. So when are we meeting again for finalized class?